Welcome to the Path to Purpose interview show, where we share our unique and universal stories about finding and fulfilling our purpose. My name is Katja, and I'm your host and a mentor for Lightworkers. My intention for this show is to inspire you on your path to purpose. Today, I have a pleasure to interview my fellow co-author from Teach Your Expertise book, Christina Solstad, who is the creator of Unlock Your Money Mojo, a spiritual program for entrepreneurs who want to create radical shifts in their relationship with money. She brings her special source of strategic magic to help you create true inner and outer abundance as you bring your gifts to the world. Let's find out more about her, and I will also ask her best tips how you can start unlocking your money mojo. So let's get started, and welcome, Christina. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you, Katja. I'm really excited to be here too. It's really it's fun and it's an honor to join you here.
And could you please tell us a bit more about you? That was very brief introduction. And also please do share where you are located so we can put you on the map.
Oh yeah, first I'll start with that. I'm in San Diego, California, by the beach.
Yes, beautiful.
So, yeah, it's a beautiful area. I'm totally blessed. So I'd have to say my journey started way back when I was a child, and I've always been fascinated with the magic of life. And really, which was instilled in us really by our parents, and who were scientists, interestingly enough. And I realized actually later that there were things that I could feel and hear and know that others didn't. And I ended up going into science. Well, first of all, back up. In high school, my mom introduced us to meditation. And then in college, I learned transcendental meditation.
Wow.
So I started on that journey early. And interestingly, that my mom, the scientist, introduced us to that.
Yes.
You know, I remember laying on the ground being guided through these meditations, or maybe in a chair, I don't know. But and then I did end up going into science because of my fascination with the magic of life. I wanted to do oceanography, and I went to school in the Midwest. And I ended up then doing biomedical research and environmental chemistry. And one of my places that I got to work was at Harvard Medical School, which was amazing. So I worked in science really for a good part of my career. But along the way, I started in personal growth. And also with that came exploring my spirituality. And I had several profound experiences along the way in that journey, including beginning to realize I was intuitive. The time that really stood out for me was I was with one of my teachers. I was at a place called Chaco Canyon in New Mexico, and we were in one of the sites, and I heard somebody call my name, but I looked back and there was nobody there. My teacher said, well, go back and talk to him. And I said, there's somebody there? He goes, oh yeah, go back and talk to him. And I was just like blown away. So I did, and that kind of started me realizing that there was validity to what I heard, what I, knew. There was something beyond my five senses that gave validation to it for me, to somebody who could actually see what I was feeling.
Yes.
So that was really profound for me. That was a long time ago. And it's still one of my favorite places, Chaco Canyon. I have some guides there. That's their origination. So Yeah, a lot of profound experiences along the way. And I ended up really deepening my spirituality. And here's something that was interesting for me, that as I explored that and had these experiences, I remember being back east one time visiting my parents, and I got up the courage to actually share with them some of what I was learning on this journey for myself. And as the scientists that they were, I was a little afraid to do that. And what they were actually very open. And my dad shared that his mom had always been able to know who was at the door before they came, who was on the phone before she picked up the phone and stuff like that. And I would never have known if I hadn't had the courage to share some of my experiences. So that opened up a whole door with my family, interestingly enough. And then, oh my goodness, and all this time I'm working in science still, right? In that field, in corporate. I was in corporate. I did that thing for many years. And then there was a class that I took that was about energy, about the energy of prosperity. And I heard the teacher coaching somebody else. And there was something in me that was like, I want to learn what he's doing, not knowing there was a way to learn it. Well, then I embarked on a 10-month journey to learn energy coaching for myself. Yeah, it was profound. We got to see, really learn how to, or tap into being able to see somebody's essence, be able to see where there were blocks, and have ways to remove those. And I began to realize that I could help other people with this as well. So that was kind of the beginning of me getting into the coaching part of what I love to do. So there's the energy work that I've been interested in for quite a while. I don't remember if I mentioned, but I became a Reiki master and I taught Reiki for a while. And some other energetic techniques, and then many techniques since then.
Yeah.
And so that was really a pivotal point for me in my journey in spirituality, working with energy, and coaching. And so it's really just been an evolution since then. And somewhere along the line there, I left corporate, kind of had a bad taste in my mouth about it, pushed it aside as I really explored my spirituality, interestingly enough. And it's only, I'll mention this later, but it's only been recently that I've begun to kind of bring those two together again, the science and the energy and the spirituality in what it is that I do as part of my path. And I will say that don't leave any parts of you behind, right? It's all valuable, it's all important, and it all contributes to how we can help people, right? How we can serve people.
I love that. And I love how you are now merging those different things like spirituality and then the science, the healing work that you do, and you're very gifted in. And now you have the program Unlocking Your Money Mojo. So I'd love to hear, like, what has been your relationship with money?
Yeah, it's been a difficult one over the years, and a piece of it that relates to that, I'll go back to the intuition and trusting my inner guidance. That's been a huge journey for me for my entire life, is trusting myself and what comes through me. Because being in the sciences, I was a woman in a man's world, first of all. So already there was not being validated, and being around people who didn't feel and see and hear the same things I did. So that's been a journey for me to trust what's within me. And as part of that, money was, there never seemed to be enough You know, some of my beliefs actually were that I had to work really hard for money. I got that from my parents and from society, but definitely from my parents. My dad was from Norway, so there was a good European ethic. You got to work super hard, you know? And I took that on really well, I must say. And then there was a thing about not trusting and not deserving to have money. You know, one that often people have is that money is bad, it's dirty. I didn't really have that one, but a lot of people around me did. But definitely the not deserving or not trusting that it was okay for me to have money. And then there was a little bit of the spirituality and money. You know, can you do both? Can you have both? Can you be spiritual?
And have
And is it okay to make money, right? With
Yeah.
that, if it's just your gift,
You
is it
should
okay
be
to make money
free.
with
Yeah,
that?
that is huge.
It's huge, especially in a lot of the people that you and I are around, right? That are in more and have the spiritual aspect to them. Um, so that was, so I started because of that. I started, and that's why I was in that energy of prosperity class where I heard that teacher and connected with him, and then took the energy coaching program. So my journey was, okay, opening up my ability to have money and what's going on around that. But what I realized and what I got a bunch of certifications around that, was that it's an inner game. The big thing was it's the inner game combined with the actions that you take. You need both. But if you've got stuff going on inside that's blocking you, or beliefs or ideas or energy that's blocking you, then all the actions in the world aren't really going to do it. And that really applies to all the work that I do. And it's part of what's in my Unlock Your Money Mojo program.
Yeah,
Is I get to bring in the inner work, the spiritual work, and the practical. So that's where like the strategic magic comes in, or the practical spirituality. I get to blend the two, because one of the big things for me on my journey was that I mentioned before that I'm finally bringing back what I have done before, you know, my science background into what I do now. And I realized that science and spirituality for me have always gone together, but for many people it's one or the other, right? And so I get to be that bridge and bring that into the program and into the other work that I do with people as well.
that's fun.
So it's been quite a journey, believe me.
Yes, and you have had the willingness to go that journey, learn through that journey, and now you're helping others on their
Yeah.
journey and with
Yes.
the relationship with the abundance, the money, and helping them to unlock the money mojo. And now, if somebody is listening here and you shared also many things that can be blocking the relationship with money, and maybe some of us who have been listening, yeah, I can relate to that, yes, I believe that too, and recognize themselves. So beside of course contacting you, well, where can they start to shift their relationship with money? Like what could be one step that they can do?
Yeah, where I would start is actually, gratitude is a big part of my life and everything that I do. Gratitude and celebration. And I would recommend that you have gratitude for, have appreciation for, like really, truly feel it for what you do have now, for the money that you do have, whether or not it's the amount that you want. Have true appreciation for it and celebrate it.
Yeah.
Because, yes, because that, the more we can be in that energy for money, for abundance. Money is a part of abundance, right? And as you said, I help people create true inner and outer abundance. Is it that expands, and more of that will come in when we're in that energy of gratitude and celebration for what's already here, whether it's money, whether it's, you know, whatever else in your life. Celebrate and appreciate what you have right now.
Beautiful. That is great place to start. And now I want to shift gears a little bit, as you are the co-author in the Teach Your Expertise book. Can you share a little bit about what people can find from your chapter?
Yeah, well, first of all, they'll see a little more about my journey, and really that I will say that I didn't think at first that I had a program in me. Like, well, what am I going to teach? I don't want to just regurgitate what I've learned. I wanted it to be something, you know, that was mine, that came from me, that was a little different, that kind of thing. And so a couple of things with that is, clearly I did create a program, but when I was trying real hard to figure out what that was going to be, it didn't come. And when I let go and just relaxed, then I got the ideas, and it was like, oh yeah, that's it. And this is mine. This isn't somebody else's, right? I'm not regurgitating somebody else's work. This is something that came through me, and it's really helpful for people. So one thing is trust that you, well, one, relax. Don't, you know, there's that working hard part again, right? And when we can relax into what's available, that allows that guidance and those ideas and that creativity to come. Number two, know that you do have something of value that other people need to hear, even if you don't think right now that you do. That was one of my big lessons. And you can do it in your own way.
That's so
And
important.
it's super important. And that the opening up to money and opening up to abundance is a journey. You know, we're at different places in the journey, and just trust where you are, and yeah, and you can do this.
You are sharing a lot of wisdom, and if you want to find more, you can get the copy of Teach Your Expertise book. The link is in the comments below. So get your copy, and it comes with these 20 authors sharing their journey. Plus, each one of us is also giving you a gift. So can you just briefly say what your gift is about?
Yes, I have a gift for you called Money Manifesting Mantras.
Wow, sounds good.
Yeah.
Already with the name, it's like that's so cool.
Yeah, and as you really just incorporate these into your life, they will really help open up that flow of money and abundance into your life. And you may just be surprised on how beautifully that works and helps you. So
Beautiful. Yeah. So do get that copy. And now we are coming towards the end of our time together today. So I just want to ask you, do you have a special message that you would like to share to end this interview?
Wow, so many I could share.
There is abundance.
There's abundance. Yeah, I guess one would be really, and this is something I'm super passionate about, is you have gifts that the world needs now. So I encourage you, before it's perfect, before you think you've got something, share your gifts, share who you are with the world, and trust that the world needs you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Christina, for your time today and all your works. You are helping so many.
Thank you so much, Katja. It's a pleasure.
And thank you for watching the Path to Purpose interview show. If you want more support on your path, join Lightworkers Who Succeed on Purpose community. And I'm sending you so much light and love. Stay well and stay tuned for the next episode. Bye for now.